Hey everybody, this is Cody922 here. Welcome to Cody Talks Fandom, episode number 35. This is going to be the new start to the cycle of interviews. So it's going to be cosplayer, writer, artist, musician, and other. Love that category name. But so first is going to be cosplayer, and this time I have, well, another distinguished member of the RWBY fandom. This is somebody who has done several cosplays, including recently in the Battlefield 4 AU, along with an older cosplay of just Yang's alternate outfit, but is probably best known for being the only cosplayer to jumpstart an entire AU to being the flavor of the hiatus. Everybody, please welcome to the show, Iron-Wang.
Oh, you made me sound so impressive there.
Listen,
Hello.
I can talk people up. I can talk people. I mean, I just list the stuff that you've done, so...
Dude, be careful. I'm going to have, like, Kanye West's ego by the end of this.
I'm really happy for you, but no, I'm
happy for you. But RWBY Rock AU was the best OU of all time.
Well, recently, it definitely, like I said, it's the flavor of the hiatus right now, really kind of because of you. Let's get going with the questions, shall we? You have 28 questions, including 4, I think. 4 viewer-submitted questions, plus timestamp 120, hour 20. Question number 1 is, how did you first discover RWBY?
I was a really casual RWBY fan. I can't even remember how I discovered it. I think it was from being like a Rooster Teeth fan. I started out as an Achievement Hunter fan properly. I'd been watching Red vs. Blue for years before I actually knew about Rooster Teeth somehow. And I must have seen like one of the trailers one day, and then couple of months later I was like, oh yeah, that thing actually came out, so I should probably watch a bit of it. And I watched like I think it was first season, and I don't remember when that was. I came in at, like, everyone remembers how they started in this fandom. I don't. I was so casual about it. I think it was from like the red trailer. No, it was the yellow trailer.
Then I woke up.
It was the yellow trailer. Somebody, you can cut all that before, but someone was like, hey, you should watch this. This chick like punches people with shotgun gauntlets. And I was like, all right, that's tight. So, right. Yeah. Shotgun
gauntlets. If anybody wants to know how to impress Riot, shotgun gauntlets.
Show me how to punch someone with like artillery, and I'm there.
Now, who wouldn't be? Me, because I'm a little bitch. All right. Question number 2. Also, just for people, because I like to sidetrack things sometimes and, kind of like get off. If it seems like I'm trying to get through the questions like a little bit quicker, this is to both you and the audience, it's because we're sidetracked enough. I have story time right now. I can guarantee that I have one full episode.
We had like an hour and a half of soundtrack of like sidetracked. So
it's an hour 15 is actually what it was. It's an hour 15 roughly of just us talking about stuff. So I have story time, so I am trying to get through these. I'm gonna be trying to get through these a little bit quicker, probably.
Some pace.
What was the first RWBY cosplay you remember seeing?
First RWBY cosplay I saw was... God, see, I'm gonna be so awful answering these because, like I said, I was such a casual fan. I barely even consider myself a fan.
Well, that's why I say remember.
Yeah, I think it's probably. I think it was probably Roman Torchwick was probably the first one I saw. And I think it's because my friends are big fans of Roman, and so they showed me, like, oh, look at this awesome character, look at this awesome cosplay, and, I think he's probably the first one I saw.
What a wonderful, sassy, beautiful asshole.
Oh god, yeah, I think that's how they sold me in. It was like, here's a chick who like punches people and shoots them at the same time. Also, here's like this walking one-liner. Walking sass master supreme. And I was like, all right, I like this.
What made you decide to cosplay for RWBY?
I absolutely love the character designs. Like, I've cosplayed from series before that I've barely watched. I did a League of Legends cosplay, and I've played maybe 15 minutes max of League of Legends because I fucking hate that game. It's awful. I like downloaded it, played a bit of it, I'm like, I'm gonna throw my laptop away. This is an awful game. But I love character design. I will cosplay anything with a nice costume. And to be fair, like, it had everything I want. It was kind of ridiculous. There were lots of belts. There were it was pretty, but also,
MOBAs
functional.
have amazing character designs.
And they have pockets or pouches. Like, I was like, yeah, man. Fucking yeah. Ass capes galore. So yeah, I cosplayed it because I loved the like the character design. Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Ass capes, pockets, is everything you want.
Exactly.
Everything
Bit of cleavage, it's all good.
Bit of cleavage.
I'm happy with any cosplay I can get my legs out in. Because it's England, I don't really have much of an excuse to show any skin without dying. So
Without dying, all right, that's a bit of an extreme.
it's cold.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I live in the desert.
Yeah, man, it's like the second it gets even vaguely warm in this country, we either have like a panic and a drought, or just like the country shuts down.
This is the first viewer submitted question. This one is from Saluno375 from YouTube. I remember a really cool stenciled RWBY Rock Christmas sweater that you did. How long have you been stenciling, and how did you get into that?
Oh, yeah, this was it was a Christmas t-shirt I made with like Creatures of Grimm on it, and it was like, you know, the sort of Bavarian sort of pattern, and that's a technique I've been using with like making t-shirts. Like I was using it to make sort of Avengers t-shirts for myself, and just silly little nerdy things, and it's just because I'm like, I like to do things myself. This is how I've done any sort of printing with costumes I've done, and it was just it's like vinyl sticker paper that I would print the pattern on, or I'd draw the pattern on, and it's just because instead of using like a regular stencil which can shift, this one you just stick to like the t-shirt, you paint over it, and it's all nice and crisp and neat. I've been doing it for like a very long time. I'd say like 3 or 4 years. It's a method that I found. Like a lot of cosplaying is finding bullshit ways to do things. So, you know, it's learning how to
Life
glue
lessons.
gun. It's learning how to like make, like, how to put a costume together made of nothing but like staples and glue guns. And it's all just sort of, you know, doing stupid shit until something works. And so the stenciling thing was something that I found, and I was like, oh great, I don't have to learn how to screen print. But yeah, I've been doing that for like 3 or 4 years. That's actually the same way I managed to put my my Weiss tattoo, the underbust one.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I was like, how the fuck am I going to do Weiss's tattoo? And like, I'd seen sort of, I think it was Zextrin's like headcanon was that Weiss had like her family logo on her and the RWBY like tattoo over her knuckles or something. Or so I put the RWBY thing on her wrist, and I was like, where am I going to put this stupid Schnee logo? Because short of having it directly over like my tits, you know, how are you going to see it? And I was like, oh, I can do an underbust tattoo. And I took one look at the design and I was like, well, fuck that. I'm not doing that freehand. So I just like stenciled it, stuck this thing to my chest, painted like over it, and then peeled it off and was like, nailed it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's you know, finding
I spent a
bullshit
really
ways
long
to
time,
do
by the
things.
way, like trying to look at the tattoos on your like thing. I spent a really long time looking like all the like little details on stuff.
I'm
And I always wind up
glad.
feeling really weird.
Because I had to look at them for like 6 hours straight.
Next question, also from Saluno375. A while back, you did a RWBY Rock Yang cosplay with a really cool arm tattoo. What was the process of putting that on? Did you paint it yourself, or did you have help?
I have not had help with any of the like RWBY Rock stuff. So I'm actually just pulling up the photo myself so I can have a look and explain what went into it. But no, everything I've done has been at like 4 p.m. on my own. Because I'm a loser.
Beside me.
Alright, so I've got a tattoo photo. Alright, yeah. It was all done myself, and basically I just sat and had like I actually uploaded a screenshot of my desktop, which was nothing but different artists' RWBY Rock paintings of like of Yang. And I just sort of, I started off doing like the flames on my wrist, and I just worked my way up. So I did like the flames on my wrist, and then I did the stuff across my knuckles, and then I was like, oh, I can put like I copied Ruby's rose, because I was like, yeah, it's a sister. Then I'm like, oh, I'll put some like petals around it. Oh, I'll do some vines. And then I had this whole section of my upper arm, and I'm like, the fuck am I going to do here? And I'm looking, and I'm like, what asshole drew this fucking dragon? And just, that's either Adamant Red or like someone else. I'm fucking this up. I can't remember who that artist is. But like I swear it's on like the tip of my tongue. But I think it might be Magiska? No. I don't know. Might be Magiska. But like I was looking at that dragon and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. So I just I had like body paints lying around. It's a mixture of face paints and my makeup kit. And then of course the best part of everything is me gluing confectionery balls to different parts of my body. So those little silver balls you put onto the top of cakes, those are all the fake piercings. That's how I have collarbones randomly, like random collarbone piercings, and and then the nose ring is just a little bit of bent metal that I had and shit like that. So it's like the most ghetto cosplay, but that's how, all of them were done myself. And then like Weiss's was based off of Zextrin's sort of headcanon. Blake was mostly mine, and it's sort of like there's the cat clef. There's lots of just like cat designs. Like if you look at one of the pictures, I'm holding like my wrist up, and it's belladonna flowers and various like cat sort of tattoos and like musical shapes. And that was like I put thought into this shit.
Yeah, you put a lot of thought into this.
I feel really sad because like the first one I did was Pyrrha, and Pyrrha has like the shittiest tattoo out of everyone. So I'm glad they're not as visible.
Yeah, Red loves it.
Yeah, I'm more impressed with my puns for like the names and shit. Like my Xbox Live name is Pyromaniac now because of this.
Wow.
And I think Blake's was Furbrawl. That's it, yeah. These are all the names that I've got for this fucking RWBY AU I'm writing. So, my collection of puns.
Joy, I love puns. Yay.
Yay. I only just realised, like, yesterday. I realised whilst talking to you that my username is a pun.
God.
And I've had this for, like, 3 years now or something.
I'm gonna get angry looking at your username now.
I've just realised it as well. I'm gonna get angry looking at it.
I hate puns.
I just cursed myself. I hate puns because I'm really bad at making them.
I hate puns.
If you give me, like, 20
puns.
minutes, I can maybe come up with a pun, but...
I just hate puns. I just hate puns because... I hate them.
Well, you're lucky then, because I can't make up puns on the fly, so I'm like the least threatening person.
See, the funny thing too is that I had a girlfriend, and she made puns all the time, and I always said, if you keep making puns, I'm gonna break up with her, and I did. She tried me. Cut that bitch off.
Damn, son.
I didn't really though.
Oh.
I didn't really like break up with her for that reason. I'm not that much of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Close.
The dickhead who did no shit. That's a bad link. For a second, I was like, I know who this dickhead is. No, it's someone who's posted this but hasn't added a link. What kind of asshole would do that?
A lot, apparently.
Yeah, a lot of fucking. Oh, maybe.
I followed Zilf for a little bit.
Wait. No, I'm seeing everything else that inspired me, but I'm not seeing what I want.
Specifically.
Not seeing the one specific. You know what I mean? It's the picture of Blake of Yang from behind. With her fucking amazing shit, but...
I know what you're talking about. I don't know who did it off the top of my head.
I will find out who did it.
Also, I'd like to point out, speaking of Red, Red did send me a Skype message, and I decided I would relate to you. I owe them my soul. This is from Red. Just want to let you know that. You can collect whenever.
Wait, is this to me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take her. Well, I'm gonna take Red. I'm trying to find their artwork, and I'm just scrolling past so much of myself on the RWBY Rock tag. I feel so sorry for anyone who was in the RWBY Rock tag for like the past 6 months or something, because I was spamming that tag so much with my own face.
Yeah, but you have a nice face.
I have good makeup skills. I actually did different contouring for every single cosplay I did in an attempt to try and make them look slightly different. So I contoured my face to look more rounded and shit like that.
It definitely worked where if you didn't go in specifically and like analyze it,
yeah,
you wouldn't know.
Well, no, some of the tags were like, oh, wait. This is the same person. It was when I put up like a master post and I was like, oh, I've been busy the past few days. And I put up a picture of like my Pyrrha, my Blake, my Yang all together. And just a few of the comments were like, what the fuck? It's the same person?
Yeah, it was. I did not realize that because I said I followed you for the Weiss. I did not realize that that was the same person who had done the Pyrrha originally. I didn't realize it.
I'm just here to confuse everyone.
Yeah, probably in a couple ways.
Yeah.
A. All right. Next question though. Who is your favorite character?
Oh my god. Oh, it's a hard question because I do fucking love Roman, but I'm probably gonna have to go with like Pyrrha maybe? I love Pyrrha, but I love Pyrrha because, you know, up until the episode where like John was getting bullied, I was like, Pyrrha, why are you going for that fuckboy? It was the second that she's like, you know, I really will break his legs. I was like, done. That's my bae. That is my bae. Right there. It's either like sort of her or no, it's probably her. She's just, I love like super competent, you know, happy people who are like I like Nora, but Nora is a little bit too obvious in the fact that she's like violent. Whereas sort of Pyrrha is just, it's the fact that she's constantly apologizing. Like Pyrrha, I would love to see in a bar fight. I've had this long conversation with Clio about the like ships I have, and I'll save this till later because you're probably going to ask that question. But like Pyrrha, I would absolutely love to see in a bar fight because she'd be so apologetic, but fucking ruthless.
Clio, by the way, Clio Adams.
Clio Adams, yeah. One of several thousand shout-outs that will be made towards Clio.
Yeah, you and Clio are good friends. Which, by the way, how I found that out was when the episode for cosplay was released, and you did that whole long thing. Like you reblogged with that whole long thing. You 100% on that one. I didn't realize it, and then you like kept referencing Clio in it. I'm like, oh, do they know each other?
The fuck do you know Clio? Yeah.
I was like, also, by the way, fuck Clio. Just
what?
you're fucking just tag your shit.
Yeah. Actually, no, I agree. We had a long conversation about how Clio is just shit at tagging her cosplays.
For
fuck's sake, Clio, up your game.
Clio,
hurry up and make your Facebook page.
Clio, I just want you to know, I almost cut you from the episode because I couldn't find a picture of your Neo cosplay solo, like a larger version of your icon. Couldn't find it. Almost cut you from the fucking episode. I was so angry.
This will teach her to like tag her shit. She started tagging though. She's learning.
Guess what, evolving. Clio? No more interviews for you. No more interview hopes for you. Until you tag your shit. Take away your privileges. Next question though. The question that you just literally alluded to like 5 seconds ago. What is your favorite ship?
My favorite ship is like, I can't say I have a favorite because I'm a dirty multi-shipper. I have like 7 favorite ships. To the point where like, you know, my favorite ship is probably torn between 3 different ships, right? No, there's like 4. There's just so many. I just fucking love them. All right, I love sea monkeys. I absolutely love sea monkeys. And I love Bumblebee. But what I love more than sea monkeys and Bumblebee is sea monkeys dating Bumblebee. All right? I'm all about that OT4.
I was going to say OT4. What did that even
OT4.
Called? Wet bees.
Yeah, it's just damp bees.
Damn bees.
I ship that damp bee.
Sounds really, really bad.
That sounds awful.
We're killing even more bees.
I'm sure there's probably like better. Someone will come up with a great ship name. I ship Pussy Magnet. Pussy Magnet. I love Pussy Magnet.
Forgot about that name.
Dude, that was like my first ship was purely because of that name. I was like, well, you know,
real talk,
a name like that's going to be awesome. But also because, you know, they're sort of like super understanding, but, you know, they have destinies and they're so like, you know, they've got like that deep ship.
I think that
Roman and Yang, absolutely ship them. Because it's like Miss doesn't take shit and Mr. talks shit. But no, I said like at the moment my like number 1 pairing is probably Yang and Pyrrha. And this is because of the bar fight thing. Because I had a long conversation with Clio Adams about why I shipped like Pyrrha and Yang, and it was because I was like, their relationship would be nothing but like Yang getting into fights and Pyrrha having to like beat the shit out of people, but whilst being apologetic. So like someone would smack into Yang and she'd be like, "You fucking what, mate?" and like start a big fight. And Pyrrha's like, "Oh no, I've got to like, oh god, this is getting out of hand." And then of course, you know, someone would like fuck up and like pull a bit of her hair out, and you'd think that like Yang would go Super Saiyan, but no, instead like Pyrrha would like just fucking kill a guy. Pyrrha just break a dude's legs straight out. She'd beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just Pyrrha's like super efficient, because I mean, Yang's all about beating people to death. She's just like, you know, I'm going to hit you with my fists until you stop moving. Whereas I feel like Pyrrha would just be like using parts of the bar as weapons.
I just love that one post. It's just like, red trailer, I am alone, I have experienced a lot of loss. White trailer, I'm very lonely, and I live and I have like, there are challenges that come with my privilege. Black trailer, there I have horrible, I've had horrible things happen to me in the past that have forced me into that have forced me down poor roads. Yellow trailer, lol, look how hard I can punch this guy.
Yeah, it's that sort of like, I bet I can make him cry.
Yeah,
and it's just, I like that sort of Pyrrha's really sensible, and she's, you know, she's very enthusiastic and happy, and she's sort of like Yang, but like a dialed down Yang with control over her like violence.
Pyrrha,
so
or
I
Pussy
feel like
Magnet is probably, I think Pussy Magnet's more popular than Greek Fire, but I really like the idea of the dynamic between Greek Fire.
I love the I'm all about like the dynamics. That's also why I like Roman and Yang, because just
my friend called that tit job. Like,
yeah, they'd be a fucking menace. You wouldn't want them anywhere, because Roman would talk shit and someone would try and fight him, and then Yang would be like, "Yo, tag me in, bro."
Well,
they'd just be banned from every fucking bar.
I think Roman could take Yang in a fight. I think Roman's probably a better fighter than Yang right now.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I think that he's more the kind to sit back and watch destruction. I think he'd happily like not fight and just sit back and be like, "Huh, look at all this shit."
I'd agree to that, except so far what we've really seen from Roman is, this is the way I described it to Emmy too. Cinder points the gun, pulls the trigger, and Roman's the bullet. So really, like, I get that he would be good with maybe sitting back, but the problem is that so far we've seen him being the destructive force. So...
Yeah. But I figured that his idea of fun would be to just like let Yang rip.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Obviously, my favorite ship is
everything. I ship everything.
Obviously, my favorite ship is as well. It's a Roman with a member of Team RWBY.
Of course, yeah.
Sephora, still proud of that.
Sephora. I can't imagine them sort of actually getting together. I can imagine him hitting on her shamelessly and her just.
Well, he does that in canon
repeatedly. Yeah, he hits on everything in canon.
If it moves, he will sleep with it.
Yeah, I think my favorite character is probably just, I do love the sort of Ozpin Cinder ship, but of Cinder just having absolutely fucking nothing to do with Ozpin, and Ozpin just being like a shameless lush. Because I don't ship characters just as they are, I ship them under very specific circumstances.
The thing about Blake and Roman, though, this is what makes it work, is that Blake has already in canon like gotten obsessed over getting to Roman.
Oh yeah.
You make a few modifications about some, of course, the quickest way.
Basically, I ship everything in RWBY. Well,
here's the thing, though, is that, as somebody pointed out, Sephora is like most trash ships, and I think this is what distinguishes trash ships from everything else. Yeah. You can shut down it ever happening in canon and it ever even being a remote possibility with one word, and that's what really distinguishes a trash ship. Cinder, RWBY, age, or pedophilia, whichever one you want to use. Krissy, Krissy, incest, right? That's all you really have to say for that one. Shout outs to Krissy. I'm sorry, Krissy. Sorry, Mom. Don't ground me. And for Sephora, it's racism, because Roman is a racist piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a racist motherfucker. But to be fair, he's like, at least the difference between him and Weiss, whereas like Weiss is a racist, and she's, you know, like, she's like misprivileged.
She's aggressively
but then at least,
racist.
Yeah, she's aggressively racist. The Roman, the one thing you can't fault him on is that he's just unapologetically hates everyone. Like, yeah, I don't think that he's necessarily racist. I just think he doesn't like anyone, and he'll use anything against you. I think he's bigoted on like in every single way. So
I think that he is like racist because he hates people so much. He takes every chance to insult people. So
Yeah.
as a result, he says really racist things. Because he's already proven that, like, he, you know, very, like, the thing with Roman is that he nicknames everyone. It's like, that's kind of like Red for Ruby. We really only have Red and Kitty Cat so far.
Yeah.
So for Roman Roleplay Blog, I have to nickname things.
And he's always like, oh, these filthy animals. It's just, he's
Nora's bubblegum.
He's a dick to everyone.
He is,
so, like,
and
at least he isn't singling out minorities.
Yeah, but it's just like...
He just hates everybody.
He's like, he's taking
He's
pot
an equal
shots.
opportunities asshole.
Basically, he's taking pot shots at him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so easy. But I'm so proud. For Nora, I have the nickname of Bubblegum.
Yeah.
Calls her Bubblegum, and Pura Starlet.
Aw.
So, like, obviously all meant in very demeaning ways. Like, Starlet is
Yeah, definitely.
young, aspiring to be big, and he's like, you're not going to make it. You're going to burn out, like most Starlets do. For Nora's Bubblegum, it's just, yeah, you're not really a threat. So, I mean, he's so demeaning. I love him. He's
such a bae.
Yeah. He's just... I shouldn't like him. Like, you shouldn't like him.
No one
He's a
should like
villain,
him.
But,
and yet...
man, RWBY needs to stop making their villains more appealing than the heroes, because I swear to
Exactly.
God, like...
I swear to God, man, it's just like, I'm sorry, but if my choice is Roman or Sean, I'm signing up to the dark side.
There's actually a lot of people that I would pick over, or a lot of, like, heroes that I would not pick before villains. There's a lot.
Same.
It's just, they're too well done. Like, stop it.
They're just so good.
They are. I think that honestly, like, the fandom version of Cinder is what I have in my mind, and I think that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just like Neo. We haven't even heard Neo speak, but we know Neo's personality already.
I
basically.
assume that she's a mute, and I stick to that headcanon. Like, me and Clio are
Yeah,
absolutely
well-
like, yup, mute.
Well, Neo unfortunately has been confirmed. She will
Terrifying
She
mute.
will talk in canon. She will be talking in canon, which sucks. But I like that idea. I like the idea of, you know, Neo being mute. But I love it too, because I saw her and I'm like, she's finally the insane villain that we deserve.
Yeah, she's
the one
fucking
that we-
terrifying, man.
She is like that. Like, I said that the moment
The
I
bit where
saw
she's
her.
pulling the sword out of the sheath, that is the most terrifying thing that's happened in RWBY.
Yeah,
Because it's so slow and
the
willing.
most terrifying thing was then when Neo bolted at the side of Raven, because we just saw Neo do the slow pull out of the sheath, and then Raven shows up and he was like,
that has the
"I'm
potential to
out."
be terrifying, but I still stand by the fact that her, like, that just, like, it was so
Like
well
that
animated,
action.
her moving and pulling out the sword. It was, like, the most beautiful
Her
part of it.
smile.
Yeah, exactly. It was unnerving as fuck.
In my opinion, the wrong trash ship emerged from that episode, but the trash ship
Yeah.
did emerge from that.
Yeah.
episode. Fucking fuck. So mad. All right. Up next. What cosplayers / fashion pieces did you draw inspiration from?
J-Jo. Sorry, that came out horribly. But yeah, J-Jo.
Shout out
J-Jo
to
and Lacee Girl are definitely my, like, top two sort of cosplay. Oh god, just, like, cosplay crush. Definitely. Because J-Jo is so versatile, and
Yeah, no kidding.
and Lacey Girl is just, like, fucking stunning. So when we were, like, so I think when I was, like, posting my cosplays and, like, the RWBY Rock stuff, the second that, like, either of those ones were like, oh wow, I really like your costume, I was like, I'm gonna go lie on the floor for a bit.
Wow.
It's like when you're in a bar and there's, like, really, really hot people. Like, you see, like, a really hot person in a bar, or you just see this really hot person in general, and you're like, man, that's a hot person. And they turn around and look at you, and you're like, oh god. Because they're just, like, they're just absolute baes. They're, you know, just great cosplayers. Especially, like, J-Jo is just amazing cosplayer. I'd consider them, like, a... you know, like, I wouldn't say, like, none of us are pro, obviously, but, like, when you have, like, that sudden attitude towards cosplaying, where it's not something that you necessarily do as, like, a hobby of just, oh, yeah, I just do it casually for fun. Like, I consider that me and J-Jo probably do cosplay in the same way, much like Clio, where when we do it properly. So we put a lot of effort into making everything accurate. We do photo shoots and things like that. And that's why I love JJ, because I can see that we have this sort of similarity in the way we approach costuming. We don't just sort of approach it like, yes, it's fun as a hobby as well, but also if you're going to do something, do it well, like do it really good. Like my personal motto for cosplaying sometimes has been you know, if you can't do it first, do it best. Like, always try and do something, like, try and be original. And if you can't, if you're not doing something that's original, then try and do it to, like, the highest, capacity you can. And JoJo always has these, you know, gorgeous shoots and, you know, really amazing stuff. And then, like, Lacee is... Oh, Lacee. What can I say about Lacee? Just fucking... Oh, God. Perfect emerald.
No,
and I can't stand that they call themselves, like, a novice cosplayer. Novice cosplayer, my ass.
I think I know who it is now.
Yeah. You might have seen JoJo's, like, Emerald RWBY Rock, which was just, like...
I did.
Hey. Girl. Yeah. She's, great.
So, real quick, is JoJo she? JoJo girl?
JoJo's girl, I believe.
Did not know that when I saw the Ren cosplay.
Exactly. It's you know, like I said, they're so versatile.
Wow.
And also, like, they are my cosplay inspiration. So I'm not going to mention, like, the other, like, cosplayer that I love within the fandom, because I only found out about them after I started cosplaying RWBY.
Ooh.
I'd already debuted and then discovered them, and I was like, ooh.
Oh. All right. Well, there's time to shout them out later.
Yeah. Is there?
Yeah. At the end, you've seen the interviews before. At the end, I give people, like, an opportunity to
shout out time.
Yeah. What's your favorite AU?
Favorite AU? RWBY Rock, motherfucker. Well, actually, no. This is terrible, actually. My favorite AU doesn't exist yet because I'm writing it.
Plot twist!
Plot twist! I'm so egotistical.
I'm gonna call up M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I'm so up my own ass. My favorite thing is mine. Motherfuckers.
That's great. Actually, I just realized I think that's the first time I've ever gotten that.
My favorite thing is me. I told you, man. You're gonna give me a Kanye West ego if you keep this going.
I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, RWBY Rock is my favorite.
But
yeah,
I have the best piece of content in the RWBY fandom.
No, RWBY Rock is probably is it because RWBY Rock really is how I got friends in this community, like, online. It's how that's how I got to introduce myself to all these, like, artists, like Skire, and I'm just, like, Skire the Fox, like Adamantrid, Mikuro. No, RWBY's like how I know most of the people in the fandom, because my way of introducing myself to them was to basically get all this fan art from, like, Adamantrid and Magiska, and, like, especially, like, I'm just gonna say Skire, because they have the, like, who wants me to throw Weiss, like, their pictures, and I was like, how could I possibly, Adamantrid was, like, what I based my Pyrrha off, and I was like, how can I, like, make these people like me? How can I, like, introduce myself to them? I'll just cosplay their designs. Everyone loves that. And, like, it was a nice way to sort of introduce myself, like, motherfuckers, I've arrived. But, you know, it's a nice, tight fandom, so...
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I can make a lot of jokes off of that, but I don't want to. Up next, another viewer-submitted question, and this one is from Adamant Red.
Oh, my babe. Sorry. I'm going to spend a lot of this, like, freaking and, like, gasping and just being like, oh!
Well, this is like the last user-submitted question that I really have.
Yeah.
So, you know, this kind of sucks. What has driven you to cosplay for RWBY Rock? Still my favorite thing ever. That's all one word.
I'm like, you, and just stroke my laptop screen. No, it was just, like, the character design. Like I said, the reason that I pick my cosplays is because of the character design and, like, the art that goes into it and the thought that goes into it. And I'll admit, I kind of wanted to cosplay RWBY Rock Yang first, because I was like, that's hot. You know, like, angry drummer chick with, like, tattoos. That's hot. I would. Well, I say I would.
I get what you mean.
I consider.
I consider.
But,
there are, like, exceptions that I might make.
Yeah, but, yeah, you know, could be. But, like, the art was so gorgeous. And just going through the tag, like, every single piece of art was amazing. It wasn't like, you know, there's a lot of tags where it's a majority of people just talking about their headcanons. There's not that much art. RWBY Rock was primarily artwork. And I was like, damn, son. But also because I just wanted to be involved. I was like, I don't write anymore. And there were already so many headcanons for RWBY Rock. And you know, I don't really feel like I know enough about it to have written something that I would have liked. But I was like, I want to do something for this fandom. I want to put something out there, and I can't draw for the life of me, and I can't think of anything I'd want to write for this. So I was like, oh, I'll cosplay it. That's what got me to do it. It was your really sexy drawings.
What's really funny is that before you, RWBY Rock was a lot of popular artists that really enjoyed the AU creating artwork for it, and really nothing more. It wasn't as the AU itself wasn't popular. The notes post had a lot of notes, but the AU itself wasn't really that popular. It was just the art associated with the AU was popular because of the artists that were making it. And then you showed up, and then my dash was RWBY Rock for a week. I'd say honestly, that was all it was.
I really wasn't expecting it. I was
you jump started the whole.
I was startled when like the first picture I put up, which was that half finished Pyrrha picture, when I just put it up like, hey guys, guess what I'm doing? Did not expect like that to blow up as much as it did, and it was mostly people just going, oh my god, it's happening, someone's gonna cosplay it. God. Yeah, and I think I think it was mostly me. Sort of, I didn't just do it gently. I sort of went in super strong, where it wasn't sort of like, oh yeah, I just did like a cosplay photo of me. I made it like I wanted to do something fun with it, and so I did like the Instagram format, which I was like, yeah, I'll just do it like this. This will be cool. And I did not expect it to get the notes it did, like at all. I really was not expecting that.
I think that above and beyond the notes that it got initially was the follow-up to that.
Yeah, there was like the next day, there was like 60 people cosplaying.
You had a fandom after that, basically, for a short period
of time. No, I didn't. Nah.
Yeah, you did. So yeah, there's that. All right, there's that question. Aside from cosplaying, is there any other medium you express your creativity in?
Fan fiction, but I haven't written anything for the RWBY Rock fandom yet. I'm working on it, but I'm very busy with college. But no, it's mostly like writing. Because if I have the time to, I'll write things. But I prefer to sort of, because I'm one of those assholes who like start writing something and then I'd lose my muse for it and be like, oh, sorry, I'm not going to continue this. So now I try to just finish things and then edit them and then I'll rewrite them. And then once they're finished, then I'm like, I'll release this on a weekly basis. And I'm writing, I wanted to write like a really short story, and of course I fucked that up, and now it's like a multi-chaptered sort of tome with this AU. You know, like a really big fucking book. Tome.
I've never heard that word before.
Oh, well, it's a big fucking book. And that's essentially what I'm writing. It's a very large thing. Yeah, but this is bigger than a novel.
Is it bigger than a novel? Is it the Bible?
Yeah. No, it's bigger than the Bible.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a big thing. There's a lot of things that are bigger than the Bible. But no, it's like that's the only other sort of like creativity outlet I have from cosplaying.
I should also point out, you are in college for fashion right now.
Yes, I'm a fashion student.
Which involves sketching. So I was surprised when you said that you're bad at stuff.
Not so much sketching. I'm one of those lazy motherfuckers who's like, I have templates.
That's fair.
Okay, I'll do the bare minimum drawing required.
So when are you going to be on Project Runway?
Never, hopefully. I could not deal with that stress level.
Blood orange.
I like costume stuff, and it's like I'm hoping that I can work as like a seamstress for. I'm not a designer. I don't like designing. I much prefer sort of someone giving me an image and like, this is what I want to make, and they give it to me, and it's my job to create it. Like, I'd rather be sort of the one who takes it from 2D to 3D. That's what I enjoy. I like the boring shit, which is making patterns and sewing things, which luckily for me are parts of the job that no one really wants to do. So there's always going to be work for me.
Yeah, that's true.
But ideally I'd be working sort of helping to like sew together costumes for film and television, because it's far more interesting than fashion.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cosplay, excluding your own?
Oh, damn, I can't say me. I'm gonna be a dirty little bastard and say Clio's. It was either Clio's Weiss for the Battlefield 4, because her revolver was amazing, and just she was so accurate in it. She looked awesome, especially like because I frosted her eyebrows for her, and I stood back and I was like, motherfucker, you look just amazing.
Yeah.
It's either Cleo's Weiss or Cleo's Neo, because Cleo's Neo was fucking phenomenal.
That rhymes too.
Yeah, it was especially, I was calling her Cleopolitan for like, she's still in my phone as Cleopolitan.
Wow.
But her Neo was spectacular, just because our height difference, and you know, I think she's a really big Neo fan as well. Like, she loves the fact that she's mute. She's definitely a trash shipper for, you know,
Baked Alaska.
yeah, for Baked Alaska, and just like, I like her Cinder, but her Neo was fucking phenomenal. Especially that umbrella, dude. I think 90% of her ask messages for like a month after the convention were people asking her how she made her umbrella.
It's a great umbrella. I might skip over this question because it's bad, and I don't know why I left it in here again. I always leave it in here for cosplay. I'm gonna skip over it. I'll tell you what it was, but I'm gonna skip over it. So you're down to 27 questions because I keep leaving it in for cosplay. And
That's fine. We'd keep talking way too much. So
it's this is the how do you deal with negative criticism one, which I don't really think that there's.
I stopped cosplaying for a while actually because of like people talking shit, but.
Oh.
Basically, you get to a point where you just don't give a fuck anymore. It's like, the key thing to remember if you're a cosplayer and people are being negative towards you is that you're a fucking cosplayer. Like, I've had my face, like my cosplaying is blown up in the past weekend because pictures of me as Captain Marvel went like mildly viral, and the sort of criticisms I got for that was, what a fucking soppy salute. And it's like, I kind of sit there and I was like, oh my god, I think these guys actually think I'm Captain Marvel. Oh my god. Like, I don't want to break this illusion and tell them that I'm not actually an Air Force major. It's just, if anyone gives you shit for your costume, remember that you're wearing a fucking costume. It's the easiest way. Just, you know, someone's like, oh, you know, you're too big to be cosplaying that, or, oh, you know, your tits aren't big enough. It's like, darling, calm down. I'm dressed as an anime character, or I'm dressed as like a video game character. Like, oh, your tits aren't, you know, big enough for that. Yeah, they're also not real, you know? Just, that's how I deal with with negative comments, is by talking shit.
All right, well, I guess I'm leaving that in.
You can cut it if you want to, but that's, you know.
No, I'll leave it in. Like, it was actually a viable answer. It's just kind of like, I don't really understand, like, what that side of it would be, so, no, it works.
Yeah.
I accidentally got out of the questions list in the middle of that, by the way. Totally on accident. I was trying to clean off my keyboard and I just fucked up. What is your personal favorite part about your cosplays?
Because I don't really consider the RWBY Rock cosplays, they're closet cosplays, so they're not really full pieces.
Well, those count.
Yeah,
those count in the realm of this question. I'm saying that those count.
All right. Well, they're not going to be my favorite part, anyways. It's
Shut the fuck down.
Yeah, shut you the fuck down, motherfucker. My favorite thing about the two Yangs that I made, which was the classic Yang and the alternate Yang, was how well they were made. Because up until, you know, last year, I'd been cosplaying since I was 15. I'd been making things since I was 15, but I had no training in sewing. I'd just been sort of doing shit that came out all right. And then Yang, like the two Yangs, were the first costumes I made after learning how to draft patterns and how to properly sew at like an industry level. So the big difference with like my two Yang cosplays is that they fit like a glove. They have so much more detailing. Like most of the belts, like I made, if you look at the shoes that Yang has for Hunter, they're weird. And my pride is that they're the shoes I have at the moment. I haven't seen a more accurate pair of shoes worn by cosplayers because I fucking made them. Like, I took a really shitty pair of shoes and I spent like 3 days making a pair of shoes. And so that's what my favorite thing about my cosplay is that I finally, like, I'd unlocked the next level in making things. Like, I was stuck at a point where, yeah, I leveled up. I was stuck at a point where I couldn't get any further because, you know, I basically hit my ceiling. And then taking fashion, I learned how to make things properly. And that suddenly just made my costumes go up like a load. So, you know, everything's fitted perfectly. And You know, it's comfortable to wear. I can slip it on easy. There's none of this sort of... I'm used to cosplays where it's like, okay, I'm in, sew it shut. And this was just, you know... This was a nice difference.
Yeah. All right. I like those cosplays, by the way. I don't think
Thank
I
you.
saw regular Yang, but I did see alternate Yang, definitely.
Yeah. I think they're... I should put some up in
They're
my
in the
tag.
I'm sure.
Somewhere in
are
the
they not in
tag. I think they might be in the tag. I'm going to have a look while we're talking.
Next question. Are you surprised by the success of your cosplays?
Yes.
All right.
Sorry, just resounding yes. Dude, I got like reblogged by like... No, I got retweeted by like 4 of my fucking cosplay heroes.
Yeah, for Captain Marvel,
yeah.
not for anything RWBY related.
No, but I also got like... I feel like Captain Marvel overshadowed getting reblogged by like Miles for the second time. And especially, like, we were talking about this earlier, but like this weekend I had a lot of shit happen with cosplays where both of my cosplays went mildly viral. Well, one of my cosplays went viral, but that I was doing RWBY Rock. No, I was doing RWBY Battlefield 4, and I did Captain Marvel. And like Miles had reblogged my the photos of like me, Clio, and our friend like Outlaw Cosplay, Rich, doing Jean, Weiss, and Pyrrha as Battlefield 4 RWBY. And you know, like Kerry had favorited it, and some other people from like Rooster Teeth had like liked it and stuff like that. And then Gray, who, you know, is the voice actor for Roman, messaged me and was like, wait a minute, didn't I just see you as Captain Marvel? And I was like, what is going on? But yeah, I'm staggered every time something gets notes, to be fair. Because like RWBY Rock absolutely blew me out of the water. I was not expecting to have, you know, more than like 3 people who were friends of mine repost them. I was expecting like maybe the artist would like them, but I didn't think that there'd be any sort of
Hoopla.
Hoopla at all. And just, yeah, I'm surprised. Right. Very surprised. I'm startled.
I like getting no's to that response, to that one. Doesn't happen very often though. Almost never.
Are you surprised? No, I'm fucking amazing.
Yeah. That's what I want. I haven't, like, Krissy's as close to like completely boisterous as I've come, and even at that, Krissy's not like a dick about it. Well, I shouldn't say like not a dick about it. I mean, my standpoint is you can have an ego as long as you're not arrogant.
Yeah.
Like, I've really gotten to the point where it's like I have that nice ego on.
I did sort of expect that like Battlefield 4 RWBY would get some reblogs, but I expected it because the costumes were weird. It was an AU, and because our photographer was amazing. And so our cosplayer being, Tasha is amazing. Tasha's done awesome shit. But Tasha Deering Art, shout out. But yeah, just like the photos for that were awesome. And I was like, I think this will get some because it just looks really cool. But literally any other cosplay where it's just me, I'm like, why? Who are these people and why are they here?
Who am I?
Who am I?
All right. Next question. Mm-hmm. How often do you encounter creativity block or general lack of motivation, and how do you manage to overcome it and continue creating such great pieces?
Well, I'll say one thing is I'm bipolar, so I have these big swings with my moods where I'll go from like being very depressed, where I'll be absolutely useless, where I can't sew, and it's not even like I don't want to. It's I've been going through this recently, where I will sit down, draw out the world's most basic pattern, go to sew it, and it's the wrong size, or I've sewn it the wrong way around, and just it's like I forget how to sew, and that's something that'll happen, and then I'll go through that for like a month or two, and then I'll suddenly hit this like we refer to it as God tier, where I will suddenly make like 6 costumes in a week, and I'll be like super pumped, and I won't sleep. And I'm just like, I'm basically Jesus right now. I can do anything. Watch as I cosplay everything. Look at me do all this shit. And because of this, I've had this for years. I've sort of learnt how to deal with it in a way that I just don't push too hard. Because I know that everything will pass. So while I have creative blocks of writing, my way to get over creative blocks of writing is to either just sit and chat with people about what I'm writing until I get new ideas, or to start writing something else. Or if I'm having a problem with making a costume, I'll just put it away and start working on something else as well. And it's like, I think the second you stop pushing yourself over it, you give yourself room to like step back and start again. So I do often have problems with like getting shit done. Like the Neptune RWBY Rock photo shoot was supposed to be done way, way, way before I actually did it. But it took me until like after Christmas to actually get around to it because I just wasn't like, So I just, it came out way better than it would have if I'd forced it. And so I'm like, for people who are having a writing block, I'd say just start writing something else. Just, take that pressure off you, and then you're giving yourself breathing room for your creativity to recover. And that's how I deal with it. Because I'm used to dealing with this for like a very long time.
All right. Good answer, good advice, and also I'd like to point out the Neptune photo shoot, just in case you couldn't tell.
Oh, sorry.
Is on the background. This is for the viewers, not for you. But
it's the one where I'm in a bathtub.
Yeah, it's in a bathtub. I picked those. It was either that one or the one where you are, or it's in the center of the pieces of all of them. It's the one with you standing up, like in the shower.
Yeah.
And you can
that is
see
actually my
the
favorite
anchor
one.
tattoo. Yeah, I was either that or this one, and I don't know why I went with this one, but
it's his trident that I tried to make look like an anchor.
Oh, okay.
But it worked.
Actually, I do know why. I did this one because sizing wise, it worked out better. I'm really proud of the layout of this.
I really like the picture
of this particular background. Like, I think the background that I made, I like the layout for it.
Yeah.
A lot. I think that it like looks the best, like just layout wise, because it all looks nice and even. And that's why I wrote down Iron-Wang and not Riot, by the way, because Riot looked worse than Iron-Wang did. Iron-Wang fills the space out much better.
I've had when I've been thinking that maybe I should make a specific tag for some of my like cosplays and shit that isn't my cosplays, because a lot of other people have that as their tag, and I'm stuck between Riot-Wang and Iron Riot. And it's like, I kind of want to stick with the one with Wang in it.
Yeah,
really.
I was going to say Riot-Wang.
Riot-Wang is always
Definitely.
great. Sounds like one crazy. It's like Anarchy Wang. Anarchy penis.
Oh, boy.
Surprising for a girl who doesn't like dick. I've lowered the bar again.
Oh, this is great. What do you do to get ready to cosplay? Do like photo shoots and stuff.
Oh, for like photo shoots and stuff, like
That's what I mean.
in my if I'm doing one of the home shoots, which is every single one of my RWBY Rock shoots, it's generally I just sort of clear out an area. Like, all right, so I do my makeup first before a wig goes on or anything. And it's like I said, I have like individual contouring for every single one that I've done to try and make me look different. And also just for like Weiss, I tried to make her very pale, and Pyrrha's sort of suntanned and blushy. But I have a big roller blind in my room, and for a lot of them I've used that as a background where I just roll it down so it's like a big white backdrop. I use that for the picture of Weiss with the guitar, like the RWBY Rock Weiss is shot in front of my blind to make it look like I have this nice clean backdrop. And just I try and clear out the area or make it look sort of I do some like set dressing in a way. But that's really it. Like the home shoots are very kind of I'm just like kicking shit out the way on the floor. Setting up what tripod I have. There's a couple of people like they're called like the RWBY Trash Squad, and they do these like voice acting but for smutfix. And I know them because I've had like a Skype chat with them. I've had you can leave your hat on. I've had like a Skype chat with them before where I was Skype chatting with them because Clio introduced me to them, and I was at that point trying to duct tape a camera to a tripod because I'd lost the foot for my tripod, and then the actual top of my tripod had fallen off. So I was trying to duct tape like 4 things to another thing, and that was for my Neptune shoot, which I ended up just propping a GoPro on various surfaces around my bathroom. Very, very high production value, you know.
Listen, you say that, and I'm sitting here on my MacBook with my microphone propped up on complete tales and poems of Edgar Allan Poe. And,
Classy.
And whatever And whenever I need to do something that requires getting the microphone higher so I can talk into it, I have like, it's just like a pile of books. There's one circumstance where I'm doing like horror games in the dark, and I have to prop up my laptop on like 11 books. So.
I should point out that for like the Instagram shoots, that was like the most. I didn't use Photoshop to make those Instagram things. I actually set up an Instagram account and just repeatedly changed the name and the icon, and then took screenshots. And I used an iPad as the camera for that because I've got an iPad mini, and that has a better camera than my actual iPhone. So I used that to take photos and then did them as their actual Instagram posts, which is why there's like 3 people who have somehow managed to find, like they've Googled, I think I changed the name now to something generic, but a bunch of people, just like 3 people were following my actual RWBY Rock sort of Instagram account.
Wow.
So yeah, that's set up.
Huh. Well, for future use, I guess.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, okay. What are your general thoughts on your cosplays? Which is, I fucked up. I said
new
that question
question.
early.
I'm pretty happy with them actually. I'm lucky that the ones for the RWBY Rock and like the closet ones, so I don't really expect that much from them, but also I liked the tattoos. They came out pretty well. I mean, not Pyrrhas. I don't like Pyrrhas that much, but you know, they're not that visual.
We've covered that.
Yeah. They're not that visible. But just generally, like, I like the quality of pretty much all my costumes I've made. I mean, the only flaw I'd find with, like, any of them that annoys me is with the Battlefield 4 Pyrrha. I had 2 sets of, like, I had a pair of trousers and a top, and this is actual, like, marine sort of digicam combats, like, you know, BDUs. And I had to dye them a darker brown. And they came from 2 separate locations. Like, I got came from like a military surplus, and the trousers were secondhand. And because of this, the trousers took the dye completely a different color. So I ended up using a completely different pair of I had to cut them down to shorts anyways, but I ended up using a random pair of shorts I had in my closet. And like, that's the only, and I also didn't do a 100% accurate version compared to the fan art that it came from, just because everything went fucking wrong.
Well, boy, everyone's gonna fault you for that.
Oh yeah. Well, the only thing that went right was the Mook rifle. That's still my pride and joy.
Yeah, that turned out great.
That ugly fucking gun.
Moving on to the next question. Oh wait. Oh fuck. I forgot. I meant to not include this question for reasons, but whoops. Next question. Down to 27 now. Oh shit. There's another one that I would. All right.
Hey man, this is just more time that we're not gonna waste.
All right. Well, you say, but except I'm like saying next question is all I'm gonna do next question, and then I'm like, no, it's not it, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's just wasting time. Right,
but you can edit this in post.
Yeah, I can. It's still time wasted. Do you think cosplaying gets easier with time, or now that you're more experienced, do you find it harder to cosplay?
It absolutely gets easier in time. Because, I mean, you do sometimes get, like, as you get better, you'll start looking at more adventurous things, but there is a point you reach when you realize that the simplest things are the best things to cosplay. So, Clio was recently a part of a recess group. Simplest cosplay ever. Super effective.
Recess? The show?
Yeah, as in, like, the show, yeah.
The animated show?
I think she was either Ashley A or Ashley Q. She was one of the white Ashleys. Yeah, as in recess, as in, like, the show...
Disney Channel.
That one, yeah.
Wow.
And it's like, so you have people who've been cosplaying for years, and it's sometimes these really simple ones are really effective. Like I've always said that if you can do the Powerpuff Girls well, then that's an awesome costume.
Didn't you do the Powerpuff Girls?
No, I haven't done them. I want to do him one day. I absolutely want to do him. Because that would be an amazing fucking cosplay.
Okay, it took me a moment to sort out that one.
No, I want to be the satanic lobster. The trans, like, probably trans, like,
the trans
satanic lobster. Yeah. Or at the very least, the fabulous, you know, satanic lobster. But, no like, as you...
Powerpuff Girls cosplay in
the longer you cosplay, you'll slowly unlock, like, or it's almost like unlocking cheat codes every single time you cosplay. Because when you first start out cosplaying, sometimes you don't look like what you want to cosplay. You kind of vaguely look like it, but you don't look great. With every single cosplay you do, you get more and more accurate. You learn more and more tips and like tricks of the trade. as you learn, like, the big problem that everyone makes with their first cosplay is they don't put on enough makeup sometimes. And when you're wearing these really ridiculous, overpowering wigs, you know, my favorite photos are when we've taken our wigs off at the end of the day and we get a selfie. And there's one on my Instagram account of me and Clio post-wig with our stupid eyebrows. So I've got bright red eyebrows and, like, full-on, like, clown makeup. We both got ridiculous contouring and she's got white eyebrows. And it's like, you've got to really OTT things. But yeah, with every cosplay you do, you will learn a new technique, or you'll just start getting more and more accurate, or you'll start to nail down what kind of cosplays that you really like doing. Because there's always that one cosplay you make that is really uncomfortable, or you just don't like wearing it, or it doesn't look as good as you thought it would. So, cosplaying does get easier with time. But then again, you also do start to get more adventurous, and then it's like, hi, I'm making Pyrrha's fucking leg armor. I have a lot of beef with Pyrrha's cosplay, so... I love her character.
I've yelled about a lot of
that
things.
fucking corset, man. Who the hell was like, hey, we can fight in a corset? It's stupid. Also, what kind of corset cuts at that? Like, it never cuts like that. That's not how a corset is built. And you can say it's not a corset, but it has to be a corset. Otherwise, it's not going to be like. My big problem is that if I make that corset thing, it's going to ride up on the hips because of the way it's designed. Unless I can make this thing like fucking rigid, it'll bunch up at the sides, which is a problem that lots of Pyrrha cosplayers have, is that it bunches up at the sides. And then there's also the fact that, like, it's just illogical, all right? She's a very proficient athlete who's good at her shit, so it makes no sense that she'd be like, I'm gonna wear something where my tits can fall out. With boning. God. Sorry, I have a lot of... Okay, I'm done.
No, I spent like a long...
Gonna drink my tea.
All right. I spent like, God damn, you're British. I spent a long time yelling about Clio, so it's fine.
Yep. No, that's my little bit of beef. That was my very subdued beef of just... Who the fuck designed that outfit? Give us some, like, straps at least, man.
Monty.
Durr. It'll look hot, but, you know, it's illogical.
It'll look hot. I still remember there was the one argument, like, forever ago on Tumblr where it was, like, none of the boys in RWBY show as much skin as the girls do, and just, like, the only response I saw was just a picture of Sun.
Yeah, Sun is like my favorite just because he's like, I have a nice chest, I should wear my shirt open. I just see Sun as like, yeah, Sun's just great. Like, well, to be fair, like, for the girls, you kind of like, I like well-dressed characters, so I do love Neptune just because he's dressed so nicely. Yeah. But, you know, you can give me a woman like fully dressed, but dressed nicely, and I'm just as sold. And that's why I love Sun, because Sun is my half-naked man, and then Neptune's my well-dressed man. And then you've got, like, Yang is my half-naked chick, and then I guess I'm gonna go with, like, either Nora or Glinda is my well-dressed chick. You get best of both worlds.
Yeah. You get the best.
No, wait, Coco is my best dressed girl.
Oh, Coco.
Coco's wearing so many layers, you don't even know.
Coco Adele.
Hell yeah.
So you have a name for her now.
Fucking love Coco.
There's Coco Adele, Fox Alistar, Yatsuhashi, fuck. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
Yatsuhashi. Yatsuhashi Tree, there.
Yeah.
Big
Y.
I cannot remember the way that I described it once. It's just, I described it and I'm like, you know, people call tall guys trees. Yatsuhashi's a fucking forest.
He's an ent, man. He's huge. He's
no,
a redwood.
he's the forest.
Yeah. That would imply girth, though. He's more about, you know, height. Anyways.
I mean, ask the fandom about girth, and they'll show you lots of gifs of squirrels eating bananas or something.
You can't ignore his girth. Throw back to that old Pokemon joke. Just me? Alright.
I'm shaking my head. You can't see it. I'm just shaking my head. Alright. I fucked up a lot. I duplicated a question too. What the fuck was I doing when I made this question list? I don't know what I duplicated a question from earlier. Whoops. Alright. Moving on. I'm so sorry. It's like really unprofessional of me.
We've been recording for 3 hours.
We've been recording for 3.5 hours. I feel unbelievable now. Not really. What have you learned from your cosplay?
Actually, what I learned... This is going to be really deep.
Alright.
I learned how to like my appearance from cosplaying. Which is really weird to say.
Not really.
Like, I learned to, like, really appreciate certain parts of my body from cosplay, so I can... When I wear anything that's Yang's, I'm like, I have some nice thighs. You know, Yang's costumes make me really appreciate my thighs. But also just, like, you see yourself in different ways, so, like, the thing that I've learned from costuming is just, like, how to enjoy my appearance, which is very strange. Because I feel like most people, I went through a very long time of not liking my appearance. And then with cosplay, you're like, oh, I can change my appearance. And then you start to get to the points where you're not really changing your appearance that much. And it's just like, you can be like, yeah, I have some good legs. Got some nice gams. What?
All right, that was a good answer. That's actually similar. You said that's going to be deep. That was similar to what Ali and Rio had to say.
Hey!
So, shout out to them. I wonder if I'm going to get that with every single cosplayer. It's just going to be the same answer for all of us. How do you manage your time?
Poorly. Very poorly.
That seems to be a very popular answer.
Yeah, well, for cosplay and stuff, I have to divide my time between work, college work, and then, like, cosplaying. And so I tend to sort of go by, like, the fact that obviously my college work has to be has to be primary right now because I'm in my final project, and I'm doing, because of, you know, problems with people in my class, we now have to do our entire project in a third of the time, and we're doing 3 times more work as well. So it's very intense right now. But I kind of dedicate my weekends to doing costume work, or I'm better with my timing now, where it's sort of, I'll do a bit of college work, and once the college work is out of the way, then I might do a little bit of costume work. You know, my general actual work doesn't cut into any of my stuff very often, and I'm not in college too often, so, you know, I sort of just split it between making sure I get some work done and then rewarding myself with a little bit of, like, costume making time, because I actually genuinely enjoy making costumes.
Yeah. It's not work, or fuck.
Yeah, it's immersive.
If you enjoy what
it's
you're
immersive.
doing, you never work a day in your life.
Exactly.
All right. If you could, I love this question so much.
Yeah.
If you could work on a cosplay / outfit with any other cosplayer / fashion designer, who would it be with and why? Now, you know the drill. 1 out of fandom, 1 in fandom.
Oh, if I could cosplay with someone out of fandom.
And then you had to not have previously worked with them as well.
All right.
Sorry, Clio.
Fucking damn it. All right.
Fucked. This is my revenge.
I would love to do a photo shoot with Soulfire, and I mean, like, sort of photo shoot and cosplaying with them. It's a draw between. I'd love to either people within the fandom. I'd love to either do Miz's alternate Cinder design, which I very much could do because I'm suicidal like that. Would I love to?
Miz was incredible.
Or it would be a photo shoot with Soulfire with, like, them in it, possibly. Fucking love their...
with them in it.
Yeah, somehow.
I just love that the distinction has to be made.
No, they could be photographing it.
Yeah, because
and
that's
in
what I'm
it.
saying. It's like they're taking the picture.
And they were in it as well. But that's for my in-fan. It'd be one
That's
of those two.
Selfie stick.
Selfie stick, exactly. Dude, if I can take that many photos of myself with a broken camera and some tuck tape, then we can, you know, do this shit with real, like, materials. But out of fandom, and I'm classing this as out of fandom, strong technicality here, I would love to cosplay or do, like, I'd do a fucking sexy shoot. I absolutely would, hands down. Do a fucking sexy cosplay shoot with Meg Turney.
Okay, that counts.
Boom,
Totally
I
counts
said
for
it.
Out of fandom.
Yeah, exactly. Technicality.
Yeah, well, they don't do RWBY stuff, so...
Yeah, exactly. They were going to be part of the RWBY cosplay group for RTX.
Rip the dream. Then they got hired.
Yeah, they tried. So, no, I would absolutely, in the fandom, I'd love to work with Soulfire or Mizzers. And out of fandom, would love to do, like, a sexy cosplay shoot with Meg Tani. Hands down.
I love Meg. I actually got a chance to meet Meg at
Oh,
RTX.
I would love to meet
It was
Meg.
just like for a brief, like I just got her. I saw, actually, it was funny because she was dressed up as Vav.
Oh, yeah.
I saw her cape. Her cape was sparkly, and I saw it. Ooh. I saw the sparkles from her cape, and I just stopped. And I remember I stopped. I'm like, Dad. Like, what? Sparkles. Meg.
Meg. I found her.
I went over and I got to meet Meg, who's one of the lovely, and this is a big deal to me, one of the lovely openly bisexual ladies at Rooster
Yes,
Teeth.
exactly.
And I also got to meet Aaron. I got to meet both of them. But I met Meg, and the thing about Meg, she is just a bright, bubbly giggle monster. Like that's
how she comes off.
That was actually my experience, like just talking with Meg, and I don't think it's like a persona that I think it's like it's a persona that is her.
Yeah.
It's
Meg is one of those people who absolutely, like, she's one of those people that I very much admire for being completely comfortable in her own skin, but also because, like, you know, with like these sexy photo shoots and shit, like when you start to become like comfortable with your body and you start to enjoy, like, you start to actually like how you look, there is always still this really big sexist scandal, the sexist double standard about you can like your body, but you can't like your body. And like, if you do like your body, then you're vain. If you show off your body, then you're a slut. Things like that, which is laughable from someone like me.
She does not give a fuck.
She does not give a fuck, and it's like, it's one of those things where I'd love to do sort of like these like sexy cosplay shoots, because this is a fandom which loves having sexy shit. You know, I would love to see some like sexy cosplay shoots, and we've seen some from the RWBY Rock fandom. I'm gonna say Lacee doing her awesome fucking Emerald was definitely like a sexy style sort of shoot, and it's like I'd love to do. There's a
Your Neptune.
Well, it's because I'm in my underwear. I'm soaking wet. That's probably why.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that helps, but you're just like, I'm just pointing out that hey.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. But I know I'd love to do. There's a project that I want to work on, and it's like a project I want to do myself. But I would love to get some like other cosplayers involved in a way. But obviously, we're not logistically capable of it, so it'll probably just be me on my own pretending to be other people. But it was this beautiful artwork that I reblogged of just girls chilling out, like with paintings, girls chilling out in their own home playing video games and shit like that. And I was like, I'd love to do a RWBY, like a section of like RWBY photos of like the RWBY girls like hanging out half dressed, where it's sort of like the kind of comfy, sexy style photo shoots. It's like, that's something I'd love to do.
Like Meg would be all for that.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like Meg's one of those people who made me think like there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to do like a sexy style cosplay shoot, and you shouldn't let people talk shit about you for doing it, because you're still a fucking person, you're still awesome. And so it's like it's one of the things I dedicated myself to this year is that I want to do a shoot that I really want to do, regardless of how I think people will perceive it. So I don't want to sort of I'm just gonna do one of these sexy cosplay shoots and not give a fuck if people are like, oh, you know, slag
like,
or whatever.
Meg is like a hero to like everyone, I feel.
I'd like to have like, I'd like to be the asexual Meg, just as in a nice, friendly person, and that I also can be very bold with the costumes and I can fully embrace sort of
I'm
who I
also
am.
very awkward in real life, so especially when I'm like meeting people and stuff. So like getting to meet these awesome people, I really didn't know what to do. I got really awkward about it, and all of them are super awesome. But you know, Meg was just like chill, just sitting there giggling and everything. And it's just like I don't know, just like meeting her. She's very like it's very contagious.
Yeah.
It's like if you think Meg laughs all the time, it's because she just wants to laugh all the time, and I love it.
Yeah, and it's great, and it makes you laugh all the time as well.
It is. It makes you happy. Maybe not.
I
laugh,
love
but
watching her
you
videos.
happy.
It makes me feel happy.
You just smile.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't smile with a damn when I take a picture though. Like I'm just like I'd be rubbish for cosplay because I cannot take pictures for shit.
You just cosplay someone stoic, like, you know, like
I don't even look stoic. I have my face, and that's unfortunately.
Dude, I'm always so bad when people get like candid photos of me where I'm not talking, because when I'm talking I look angry, and I have really bad chronic like resting bitch face. So
my parents one day were just like walking by me, and they were just like, and my mom just stopped. She's like, "Hey, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" "You just look really sad." That's my face.
Yeah, I have that all the time. They're like, "Man, you look pissed." I'm like, "No, this is just what I look like all the time.
Sucks.
But people have said before, like, I'll be sitting there looking really, really pissed off and angry, and they'll sort of go like, hey, and I turn and I'm suddenly like, hi! It's like emotional whiplash, so.
It is just like, I don't know. I've been told I look sad, and I've been told I look angry. And I'm just like, this is my face. Like, this is actually how I look.
Well, there is a very nice candid of me where I don't look angry or, well, bitch-faced, and that's I think it's the most recent photo that Clio's probably put up, and it's someone took we have like a candid photo of us while we're all chilling out in our RWBY battlefield outfits, and I'm on my phone and Clio's playing with a gun.
Yeah.
And like we're just pulling this like stupid face, and that's like, it's a really nice photo. I thought that was a really lovely photo because we all had a really fun time in those costumes.
It's a lovely photo.
We did so many cosplay shoots as well with that. So I'm still waiting for a lot of the shoots to come out. Because that's one shoot from my favorite photographer, well, one of my favorite photographers, Lucas Ambrosia, and then all the photos we have so far are from like the silhouette was his, and then all the other ones are from Tasha Deering, who is a amazing photographer in the UK.
All right. Well, moving on to wrap up the interview after that lovely little sidetrack. That actually might actually stay in the interview too. That was great. That was like on topic. We were fucking
that was on topic. Yeah. Go us.
Removing cosplay. I'm also going to remove writing, even though I don't think that it would really be in there. What do you think your reputation is within the fandom?
Probably RWBY Rock, honestly.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. What if I took
is
away
this
RWBY Rock?
like personality fan? Like, what do you think my personality reputation is, or what?
No, it's just like, what do you think? Like, it's very broad. It's just, what do you think your reputation is? And I remove like the key element. I'm also going to take away RWBY Rock for that reason. Actually, I'm going to take away RWBY Rock from you.
Oh shit! Oh god, well, I have nothing left. I don't know. I honestly think that's how I'm known. But
it could also be the hot babe. There's also that potential.
I don't know. There's some hot babes. I'm going to mention one right now because I've been waiting for an excuse to mention her. Because this is the one I was talking about earlier, where I was like, she wasn't one of the cosplayers who inspired me because I didn't know of her until RWBY Rock happened. And this is Queen-Valkyrie.
Oh,
another great cosplayer, like amazing cosplayer, super versatile and also super productive as well. Like, she's one of the cosplayers that I see the most, where she took RWBY Rock and really ran with it, where it was like just so many photos, but in like just never tired of them because there was always, she really like took it and ran with it and did lots of really cool things. Also, there's another one. I think actually it might still be her. I'm trying to think if she's the one who does the
If I could be her.
No, I'm gonna have a look at your fucking... Do you have a cosplay tag? You better have a fucking cosplay tag.
Me?
Girl. No, her.
I was so confused for a second there.
I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Oh! Because I think Queen-Valkyrie also did the RWBY sports stuff. Or I might be fucking this up. I'm trying to think of someone who's done quite a few...
Wait, sports?
Pyrrha.
Sports?
Calm down. Down, boy. Has done like a few Pyrrha ones. She did a RWBY Rock Pyrrha. And I'm going to have a quick tumble and see if I can...
Quick tumble. All right.
Double check. But no, like Queen-Valkyrie,
so what do you think?
great. So
what do you think your reputation is within the fandom? What do you think your reputation is within the fandom?
I think it's... if I can't say RWBY Rock, then fuck, I guess... What is there left for me to do? There's nothing left of me. That's all I am.
I can honestly think of a few things that might work for you. I don't really know how
because I'm gonna hold on that I'm not the sexy babe of the fandom, and when I find out who this person is, what their name is, and it's, if it's not Lacee, then
I will say you are speaking totally objectively. You are a very attractive individual. You are really attractive. Your Neptune stuff proved that more than anything.
Don't know how to take compliments.
It was like, no, like for real though. I think I brought this up earlier. I literally saw like your Neptune stuff. Like, she's hot. So.
Oh no.
Oh no, she's hot.
Yep. God, where are they? Because they've done Weiss, and that's the one I'm thinking of right now. But they've also done Pyrrha really well, and they also have done quite a few like sports photo shoots, and it's like that's one of the things that I'd love to do a sort of a series of, because I'm pretty sure each of them have different like workout things, like a RWBY fitness thing. Oh, come on. You were all over my dash like a week ago. Where are you now? Huh? Where have you gone?
The ways to summon me. Sephora.
Oh, before I forget, Blakejinglebelladonna. Or also known, you might see me and Clio like ranting about her as Perf Blake. I'm going to save her to the shout out bit though, because, you know, she deserves a full shout out. Not me just getting confused and yelling people's names. Got it. Bellabellacosplay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I know.
I would say that she's probably like the sexy babe of the fandom.
Bellabellacosplay tuning for interview night. I'm kidding. I'm not even going to be scheduled with them yet. They're fantastic, though.
Yeah, that's probably... Bellabellacosplay. Probably the only other person aside from me or Queen-Valkyrie who is just constantly churning, like, bedroom cosplays out.
Yeah.
The three of us are just like a three-man wrecking team. Just in the tags. Alright, if I can't say RWBY Rock, I'll say that, like, my reputation in the fandom is part of the closet cosplay trinity.
I took away cosplay, though.
Oh, you took away cosplay? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh.
I took away cosplay and I took away RWBY Rock. I said I'm taking away your core.
Alright. I do aggressively reblog all things RWBY.
That's fair. Sad
thing is that, like, I'll in like 2 weeks or so, that I can finally be like, aha, it's cosplay. No, aha, it's fan fiction. When I'm actually publishing shit. But for right now, I haven't published anything, so no one knows me of that.
Yeah, well,
the only person who's had even a hint is Clio, who's had to listen to my
I would take
fan
that
stories.
away too. So.
Oh, for God's sake.
See, I take away what's core. See, this is the reason I love this question, just because of people's fucking reactions, and then their answers too.
I don't think I have any other presents apart from RWBY Rock. I think if it was apart from RWBY Rock, no one knows who the fuck I am.
You know what my favorite thing was, though? Was Haley's.
Yeah.
Haley said, probably my association with other people.
That's kind of what I'm thinking of. It's probably just, like... I was really surprised when I was listening to all of the, like, every time I'm listening to one of your interviews, my name gets, like, people were like, oh yeah, Iron-Wang. And I'm always like, why? How am I notable?
You read in Ivory.
Yeah, we're just everywhere. And I'm really confused, but I can understand those two, but I'm like, how do I keep appearing? It must be the RWBY Rock.
I totally understand it. Well, I think you all kind of fill similar roles in different fields.
Yeah, I guess.
Ivory is like the powerhouse writer.
Oh god, yeah.
Okay, let me rephrase. Ivory, quality-wise, is the powerhouse writer. I think
Ivory is the, room full of monkeys writing Shakespeare.
Yeah. I think that quantity-wise, it undoubtedly goes to... What the fuck is happening?
I'm guessing someone just scored something.
NC State's only up by 4 on Villanova with 6 seconds left to go in the game.
I know what that means.
Mm-hmm. It means that hey, let me translate. Game is close.
Oh, okay.
Time running thin.
All right.
There you go. Translate it. But Ivory's, like, quality-wise is Ivory. Quantity-wise, undoubtedly would go to Hannah. Because Hannah's backlog is like till 2017 or some ridiculous amount at this point for writing wise. But Ivory does a lot of RWBY Rock stuff as well, and especially within RWBY Rock. You go to Red, really high quality drawings, powerhouse kind of RWBY fandom from that standpoint. Just most gorgeous art in the RWBY fandom. That's the way I always hear from some. Is just
hands down.
It's as my phone background is Fox shirtless because I'm so gay for it. I never thought that something in the RWBY fandom would make me gay out. But here we go. Here we go. I mean, and you kind of do the same thing where you turn on a lot of work and stuff as for RWBY Rock, especially like you three are very much so core to RWBY Rock for your.
We're just people who produce a lot of shit. It's just we are constantly producing.
Yeah, and RWBY Rock has been so big recently that's kind of why your names get brought up so much. I generally bring in Krissy because Krissy is like my closest friend that's really famous.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'd say closest friend. Krissy's my mom. Like at this point, Krissy's just my mom. So, it's just very, very interesting. Just I love hearing people's responses to that, though. It's just like and so many times people are just kind of like, oh, I wouldn't really know, and I have ideas for like what I think of when I think of you. So, and that's kind of like the way I take it. I don't know. I love it. I love that question. So proud of it.
The panic in everyone's voice of like, what? You can't take that away from me.
I just love how like you were so you're just like, you're gonna take away RWBY Rock from me.
You just put on a fucking British accent as well.
I did.
You can't take away RWBY Rock from me. I'm not Gavin.
I listen. I'm okay. Everything that I do is gonna sound like Gavin when I'm making fun.
It's
when I'm
okay
making
because I
a
always
British
feel really
accent.
bad when people are like, oh, people don't speak like Gavin. And then I'm like, yeah, British people don't speak like Gavin. I'm like, I speak like Gavin.
Well, it's like
I
the
either
thing-
go from like London to like proper posh, so.
Well, the thing is I've been spending so much time making fun of like Gavin's British accent when I'm talking about him that it's really hard for me to do a British accent and not make fun of Gavin.
It's always really shocking when people actually talk to me online as well, because I think people know that I'm from London, but they always underestimate how British, like how posh I am.
that I was not surprised by. I was really not surprised by that. It was actually how deep your voice was.
I do have a deep voice, yeah.
You have a pretty deep voice. That's what cost me off. That was fuck. That's what caught me off guard.
That's what cocked me up.
I said costs.
I've just been staring at a picture of Bellabellacosplay for like 5 minutes now. I have no problem with this.
I am an asexual person. Admiring aesthetic.
Yeah, I'm just checking out that aesthetic.
That aesthetic.
Absolutely my aesthetic. Oh, it's my face again. Oh,
I
God.
wonder if that will get me through things.
Oh, JJ's Mercury RWBY Rock.
Yo,
man.
JJ. I got really confused there because I'm saying JJ because he's the one that voices Mercury.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
J.
It's just
Joe.
a lot of J's and all this shit.
Fuck. But J. Joe's Mercury was another big one. What is the question that you get asked the most?
What with like RWBY Rock or
Is the question that you get asked the most?
what, just in general?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Give me a second because it's probably I'll probably suddenly realize what it is.
You're the only person that has ever questioned how general this question is. Like, it's really a general question, and you're
Oh,
like,
okay. I'm just like I'm thinking because I get asked a lot of shit, and I regularly I get asked like several things regularly, and it's either a toss up between what my gender is.
Okay.
Because Riot, pretty unisex name.
Yeah.
I use they pronouns, and like also just generally I look like a pretty boy most of the time. So when I'm not looking like a RWBY Rock, I look like a pretty boy.
Okay, that's also true. I mostly see pictures of you because RWBY Rock, because cosplay. So I guess
Yeah.
that's fair, actually.
I look like Lee Pace when I do male contouring, which is great. I'm not a problem. I have no problem with that. But
Attractive. Very
yeah, so it's
attractive.
either what my gender is, what my
let's go beyond that.
sexuality is actually.
Let's go beyond that as well.
All right, beyond that.
Yeah. Both of those questions were cleared up in this this interview.
No, those are two things I get asked a lot. But are you saying like, should I answer a question that I get asked a lot?
No. I'm just like saying we've like covered that in the interview. I just want to.
I get asked for
I
get asked for cosplay tips a lot, and you won't see that because I often reply to them privately.
Okay.
The only ones that I won't reply to like privately are unless it's a very general one or it's an anonymous one. But I get asked for cosplay tips a lot,
Okay. That's
and
fine.
I always refer them to someone else's answer, which is it's okay to cry.
I think I did see that.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right, and the final question. We did it. 4 hours, 9 minutes, 27 seconds.
I
The
take
audio
the
file
record.
Is 3. Holy shit! You destroyed the record. 3 hours and 43 minutes was.
You know what?
the
I'm gonna
recording
be proud
time.
of this. I'm gonna be proud of this.
The title has been taken away from Emmy as soon as it's been given to her.
Yeah. Fucking solo round of applause for me for wasting the most
Solo
time.
round of fuck yous from me. Emmys was 3 hours and 25 minutes, so you have beaten her by about 20 minutes. But yeah, solo round of fuck yous from me, with love. So the final question: what is the biggest piece of advice that you can give to aspiring cosplayers?
It's okay to cry. I've already said that. No, all right, I'll give you some serious advice, which is, well, don't take it too seriously, and it's like, don't take it too seriously and make sure that you're always having fun, because these are the two things that I find are the biggest problem, because very often, like, I left the cosplay community for about 2 years or 3 years because I wasn't having fun at one point because there was so much drama in the UK cosplay scene at the time. Like, there was a lot of infighting, whereas now it's a really tight community. Like, now I was at a con just this weekend and someone, fake geek girl quested a girl. Like, it was some guys who were filming interviews and they started, fishing with, like, very, very specialist geek knowledge questions to a cosplay girl. And when she got one of them wrong, he said, "Oh, silly fake gamer girl, go to the kitchen." And within about 3 seconds of her telling someone, half the cosplayers in the convention were like, "Well, no one's going to answer their questions, but also we're going to find out where they are and make them apologize or get them to leave the con because we were working with the convention, so we're like, we'll ban them." It's a nice community now, but at the time, like, it started to get there started to be a lot of drama and infighting and sort of people slagging off other people's costumes and stuff like that. And so the second that it stops being fun, just stop. Like, no hobby should make you feel bad. So don't torture yourself over a costume not working. If you can't get part of it right, don't torture yourself over it. Don't feel like you can't cosplay something because of your body type. So, like, just don't take it too seriously. It's not a competition, unless of course you're entering a competition. But yeah, so don't take it too seriously. So don't think like, oh, I can't do this because I haven't got the right body, or oh, I can't do this because I'm the wrong gender. It's cosplay. You're dressing up as a character. Remember that and have fun. And like I said, and this is similar with like the don't take it too seriously. I'm saying this one because a lot of people, there's been a little bit of beef going around in the UK RWBY community from a few people, and it's purely because of networking, and it's because at some point, like, I know a lot of the photographers, but Clio knows way more. Clio knows tons of the photographers, and so it's all about friendship and stuff. So very often the photographers who are friends of ours will be like, "Hey, we'll do a quick shoot with you," and there are some cosplayers who take it too seriously and they think like, "Oh, the photographers only take photos of certain people. You have to be part of this elite group." And often, sometimes they'll, like, I've had it before where people have been like, "Oh yeah, we should cosplay this together and then we can do shoots together." And it's sort of become obvious that they don't want to cosplay with me. They want to cosplay because they know that I have friends who are big photographers. And it's things like that. It's like, just remember, don't take it too seriously. So don't sort of start seeing it as like, oh, it's all, it's all this and this and this. It's always still a community of friends and it's still a hobby. So have fun and, relax.
All right. Good advice to end on. And with that, that is going to conclude the questions portion of the interview in a nice and timely fashion.
Sorry. Thought you were being serious.
No, I was not. Not at all. Not at fucking all. I get to edit this. Like, there's such a little chance that this actually comes out.
You're going to have to listen to this again. Oh.
All right. But with that concludes the questions portion of the interview. And in true fashion for us, we got sidetracked as hell, and there's stuff going on in the background. Just ignore that. So, anybody you want to thank specifically? Give shout-outs to.
Blakejinglebelladonna, who I said I was going to give a shout-out to, like, halfway through this fucking recording. Obviously, I've given, like, shout-outs to, like, everyone I had on my little list. Or at least I've mentioned them in some way. But Blakejinglebelladonna, who, I don't know why she still has a Christmas AU, like, her Christmas URL. Jesus, fix that. She was a Blake cosplayer that me and Clio met at the RWBY meet in London. And she is my perfect Blake cosplayer in my head. She's like my 100% flawless Blake cosplayer. And we call her Perf Blake. Like, that's our tag for her. And she's our little beam. So I'm gonna, like, my shout out is to Blakejinglebelladonna for being, like, the prettiest and, like, loveliest and Blakiest of Blakes. But of course, like, yeah, shout outs to, like, literally fucking everyone else in the fandom. If I haven't named you, I'm probably thinking of you.
If I'm just going to ask this real fast, is this going to be a nightmare for me to link? Like, to me to link all these people?
If you, as you're going through, type their name into Skype every time I mention someone's name, and I will send you the URLs.
Okay. Blakejinglebelladonna.
I will literally link you to
Just
that one.
do it. Just do it after the interview. It's fine. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Let's fucking. We're almost there. Go.
Yeah. No, but she's my shout out. And yeah. But although, of course, like, obviously, massive shout outs to, like, Skire, to Fox, whatever the hell your name is, Adamantrid, Magiska, Zextrin, Lacee Girl, J-Jo Cosplay, Queen-Valkyrie. Yeah. And obviously, fucking Clio. Clio gets a special shout out.
No, Clio doesn't get anything.
Clio
Fuck you,
gets
leak your
nothing.
shit.
Tag and you can get something.
All right. I think I got all of them.
Yeah.
I guess on Lacey Girl, by the way. Don't actually know how it's spelled. And that is going to conclude this interview. Tune in for story time, most likely on Saturday, honestly, after this comes out, assuming that it does come out on Wednesday.
I'm interrupting you because my recording is at 4:20. Sorry.
Blaze it! All right.
Please! Sorry.
Son of a bitch.
It's like 2:00 in the morning in the UK, all right? We started this at like 11 or 10.
Yeah, shit. All right. So, assuming that this comes out on the 25th, you will be seeing Storytime on Saturday because of editing reasons. Storytime is most likely going to take longer to edit together in a concise manner than this interview will. So expect that on Saturday. Beyond that, if it comes out on the 1st of April, expect Storytime to be out like, the normal time afterwards. Otherwise, the next episode that is currently scheduled is the Yang Zhao Long episode. Really looking forward to talking about Yang, the differences between Fanon and Canon, how three-dimensional she is, and how she is... the three dimensions are definitely present in Fanon, but they're not necessarily three-dimensional. We'll talk more about that next Wednesday. Otherwise, the interview after that will be the writer's interview, which, if all goes well, next Tuesday will be the announcement. But otherwise, I will see all of you the next time. Bye.